finally, it is in beta. The Figma Design Agent is here. And unlike any of the other tools that we've been exploring, the Figma MCP, Claude, everything where other agents had to come to Figma to talk to your Figma layers, this particular agent is for designers inside the Figma canvas, allowing you to do the work that you love, helping you do your work faster, an agent creating with you in Vector. In this video, I'm going to explore all the things possible with the Figma agent. So let's dive in. This is a Figma design agent. So in order to access it, you need to be inside a Figma design file. First, let me talk you through the logistics and the changes for the interface. You can only have access to this agent inside your Figma if you're on a professional, organization, or enterprise paid plan. It is not yet available to free accounts or education licenses. And you can see all these details of availability in the Figma documentation link I'm adding for you below in the description. If you have received this update, you will see the agent appears here. The left side navigation in Figma has changed significantly. This is where you see your file structure, as in your pages, your frames, like you used to. This is where the agent exists. And you will see it's available like a chat. It almost resembles Figma Make, where it gives you prompt suggestions where you can get started, or you can simply describe your idea. Now, please note, this is currently in beta. This context of chat changes based on what you have selected. So right now I have nothing selected. If I were to select a frame on my canvas, it adds that frame for context, and you're able to describe your idea in a way that is related to your selected frame. Before I move on from the navigation, I just want you to note that the Assets tab has been moved here, so you can see all your libraries available here, and this is where the variables have moved in the Figma navigation. Another important thing to note before we start editing is that you have the ability to talk to the agent through this dictation feature. If I were to select the screen and use the dictation, you have to enable your microphone for the first time. I will say duplicate the screen in dark mode. It already wrote what I said to it and can do that. You will see the agent starts running right here visually for you in the canvas, and it's applying the changes that you want. You will see it actually duplicated this exact screen in dark mode, which is fantastic. Wow. Can you guys imagine? Even if you created your variables really well, still it will take you a while to duplicate this. You're getting started from a blank canvas. You just received your product requirements from your product manager. There's a new idea that you are building for a new project, and now you want to ideate. And rather than getting started from scratch or going to a different tool elsewhere like Claude Design or Google Stitch, you want to get started with the Figma agent. The best way to do this on a blank canvas is come directly right here to the chat, and I want to say explore visual directions. The moment I clicked on this tab, it's saying create 3 distinct visual designs for a to-do app, each with a unique aesthetic style, such as minimalistic, friendly, or luxurious, each in a new frame. And when the agent is working, you will see on your canvas, this is the agent icon, and it's actually moving. If you hover on it, you can see more. You have the ability to stop it as well. Another place where you can stop it is right here at the bottom from the chat itself. And here you go. Within the click of a button with a ready-made prompt, it gave me 3 visual directions. That is amazing. Now, I want to start another chat. So do you see I exited this one because I want to create something completely different? I'm getting started with this new chat. I'm prompting a similar edit to the first one, but I want to change it. So instead of a to-do app, for a food ordering service app, each within a unique aesthetic style. Instead of friendly, I want to say fun. While it's doing that, you still have the ability to move things around because you do see that these places are the placeholders where things are getting created. The best part is, while this is happening, and I know from testing internally that the Figma team worked really hard to enable this, you don't have to wait. You can actually create a separate chat so you can have multiple chats running at the same time. Look at the examples that you have here. You can ask it for design feedback. You can create empty states. You can design the next screen for something. The possibilities are endless, and I'm trying to tell you as many as possible here. But meanwhile, our food app is done. This is a fantastic getting started app, leveraging the best that AI has to offer. Are there things that we can enhance? Of course, but we're talking about ideating, exploring visual directions to get us started, even for a project. And look how much is available to you at a first hand. And when you dig deeper inside of this, let me go to the file structure. You will see everything is created in perfect auto layout that you can further control from here. This is the difference. This is the biggest difference. You're not going to Claude, you're not going anywhere else. It's right here for you in the Figma canvas, the place that you know and you're comfortable with, where your team has access, and come here directly to explore with you this visual direction. So I cannot not be excited about this. Not many of the recent Figma releases have been amazing, but this one absolutely is, because it's bringing the agent right to you. And while we're at it, let's change the auto layout here. So you can either do it manually, or if you want to, I'm creating a new chat and you can see it has the frame as context reference. So let's prompt it to change the auto layout to be more spacious. You can specify the details, but what if you just wanted to explore and you want to give it open-ended direction? Something just to change the feeling. You're not even specifying pixels. It plans your next steps, it inspects the auto layout, and you can see how it's thinking and everything that's happening right here. And I have to call out that the behavior of this agent has been way more superior than what I've seen with Figma Make. I hope that they bring these same capabilities over there, but I personally find it extremely more useful to work with the agent inside of Figma Design rather than having to get started from Make. So it's telling me that increasing the auto layout spacing actually broke this to make it vertical, and it's trying to fix that. Now, let's be honest, this is on me, this is on my prompt, and it's not for any problems that are there with the agent. Going back to the prompt, be more specific when you're prompting. Let's do something with design systems. So I'm saying, create a component out of this card and make the remaining cards instances of the original component. And here you go. It said done. The food card component was created from the garden green salad card, and the other three cards are now instances. Let's validate this. So going back here to the file structure, and if I were to select this card, I would see it's actually a component called food card. Not only that, it did replace each one of those cards that were static and separate into instances of this actual component, because this is what I directed it to do. I did not specifically ask it to create properties, but this is possible. We can dive in and ask it to do anything that we want. Let me show you even a further example of how I'm going to bulk edit this. Coming back to the agent, and you can see all these different chats are running, and you can go back to each one of them at any time that you want and further edit. And if you click the menu, you'll come back to the full view. And I like the visual direction of this app. So now I want to create variables and styles. So my first prompt is change the primary text to be Georgia and create variable text styles. Now, while this is running, I want to come here and start a different chat related to my colors. So I'm selecting this button, change the primary color to turquoise. You can, of course, specify your hex value and create variables of colors: primary, accent, neutral, background, making sure all my colors are accessible. I'm adding that to my instruction. Of course, you can elaborate things, you can make your prompt more specific. Now, one thing to note, while I'm actually working on the variables, it did ask me a question about my text styles. So I wish I did create my color prompt in a separate chat. I'm stopping this halfway through. I will copy this prompt. I'm starting a new chat with this, selecting my button again. I'm giving the color prompt. I want to go back to my text prompt and I want to be able to answer this. So it's telling me Georgia is not available. I'm saying replace Georgia with any available similar font. So now both are running with no problem. Once you're inside a chat, do you see how the menu has this red dot on top? This is an indication that one of your other chats that are running has finished. And I can see now that display and body have this new font. All the text styles have been created exactly as I have requested. There's body, including labels, links, price. Guys, if you created any of your own styles recently, you must know this takes forever. This is where we want to use AI as designers to make work faster, to make all these tedious tasks faster. And this is why this is an absolutely fantastic feature, because it's making my work as a designer faster, not forcing me to change my workflows, to exit the flow state and go elsewhere. And coming back to my color chat, you can see it changed the color of my primary button. And now let's go to the variables and see. Here you go. It created them. A primary color, accent, neutral background, and on primary. This is basically the surface to make sure that everything is very well contrasting and accessible. I'm sure you can tell from my voice, I love this. This is incredible. For me, it's one of the best releases Figma has done. Now, the last thing I want to show you in editing, if you wanted to add context right now, you will see in the plus icon below, you have access to your libraries. So any published design system that you have access to that. At this point, at the time of the beta feature being released, you can't add your own screenshots or other things. It's just access to Figma design libraries. I'm sure they will add that as we go. So just check what other context elements you have access to. And when you click Manage Libraries, you have the ability to either turn on or turn off specific libraries that you want access to from within your Figma design and your AI agent speaking to these libraries. To show you how well that works, let's try to apply my design system to it. And this time I'm getting started here. And we have access to add context from here. So I want to add a library. And in my case, I want to click on more libraries because I want to use a UI kit, maybe material design for this. And as you can see, it's marked as added. And if you click on the context again on the library, we've added material design, but we didn't select it yet. So I'm selecting material 3. And I said, transform this app to be more aligned with Google Material 3 design library. It's important to give guardrails to the agent. Do not change the images, but only change fonts and navigation. And here you go. It did it. It replaced with the material design top navigation, the text exactly as I asked it to do. And the best part is, don't worry, you don't like this current version? Let me show you. With one click, you can undo it. And this will revert it back exactly to what you've had. So like I just showed you, you have control over the conversation. You can either undo from the chat, Command Z on Mac or Control Z on Windows would undo. You can even make sure that some of your chat conversations are private. If you come here to the different chats that are available to you, you can either delete a chat or just leave it there. The chat history is visible to you even on the canvas. You can collapse it or open it. You can use the agent to do design critique, like give design feedback, or even replace your content with realistic content, or ask it to assess whether your styles are consistent. The possibilities are endless, and I'm looking forward to see what are you using the agent for. Please chat and share with me in the comments. Are you as excited about this feature as I am? I think this is Figma for the win, guys. I was thinking they will not announce this until config, but I'm so thrilled to be able to share it with you. I want to call out these amazing individuals, Rodrigo Davis, the product manager for this feature, and Tammy Tabassum, the product designer at Figma, that were behind the scenes to create this feature. Of course, there's so many other amazing people, but we've worked with them directly during the alpha, and they were absolutely fantastic. The level of care that they have, that this feature is really serving designers the way they needed, is very inspiring and is a testament to how much Figma values designers and their input. As always, if you want to learn things as soon as they're released, hit that notification button and select all so you see things immediately as soon as they are released. Thank you so much for watching.